college entrance tests. They haven't had geometry, and they haven't really had enough English. But by next year, by December or February or April, they need to start taking it next year with not a lot of pressure. Their junior year, they need to take it. As seniors, most all colleges want things in by February 1st of their senior year. That's for college applications, that's scholarship applications. So as a senior, that's really going to give them September, October, and December only. Now, if they're going to go to a community college or they're going to go to SNU or any other private school, they'll take it all the way through their senior year. But if they're going to OU, OSU, UCO, February 1st, their senior year, it's done. So if they take it once or twice or even 3 times between now and the beginning of their junior year, they know what it's like. They are not nearly as nervous, but then their junior year, they need to take it. Okay? They really do. Can they take the SAT? They can take the SAT. We don't give it here at Bethany. They do give it at Putnam City. They give it at Oklahoma City schools. Why would you want to take one over the other? Some people do better on one than the other. Oklahoma's an ACT state. Every school in Oklahoma takes it, but every school will take either of them if their score is good enough. Okay? So I encourage them to take the ACT because we do give it here, and it's just more comfortable. They're just more comfortable taking it here in their home school. So I don't care that they take it this year, but they really need to start taking it next year, and then as juniors, just take it. You've got to have a minimum score of 19 not to have to take remedial classes. That means there's 4 parts of the ACT: English, math, reading, and science. You've got to have a 19 English score, you've got to have a 19 math, and 19 science. Otherwise, when you go to college, they'll put you in what's called a remedial class or a 0-level class. They take the class, you have to pay for it, they get no college credit for it. Okay? So that's why the more we take it, the more likely they are to get those scholarships that they want. OU, OSU, they have an entrance score right now of 24. OU has been trying to raise their score to 27 for several years. Could it happen by the time your child is getting there? Oh, yeah. I don't know what will happen. If they go that way, OSU will follow. USAO in Chickasha, their score is 24. And I have put some of that in this packet. The last 2 pages. This is as of today, okay, what scores are. If your kid gets a 24 now or as an early junior and they don't continue taking it and they raise the entrance level to a 27, they're not going to get in unless they've got really, really good grades. There are some R's. We want this or this, a GPA. So that's another reason to encourage them to take it. As far as scholarship goes, it depends on the place. If you're going to OSU OKC and you've got a 24, probably you're going to get some scholarship money. And let me say something right here. Every year I'll hear parents say, well, I don't want my child going to a community college. That stuff's not as good. They're under the exact same Board of Regents as OSU is. The only things that won't transfer or won't count is if OSU or OU or whoever doesn't offer it. For example, if you take gunsmithing at OSU OKC, that's not going to transfer because nobody else has gunsmithing. Okay? That's a trade. It's not really a college course, but they offer it there. So as long as somebody else offers the course, they'll take it. The thing about community college is, as Ms. Ayers said, the cost is significantly different. A lot of times it's a real good change coming from Little Bethany, and you're still in classes with 25 people or so. You go to even UCO, which right now is the 3rd largest school in Oklahoma, and you're sitting in a classroom with 150 people. Sometimes it's really overwhelming when they've set in class sizes of 25 to 30. So please don't rule out a community college. OSU OKC is great, OCCC is great, Redlands, and they've got a lot of scholarship money. So don't rule that out. If you have any questions on that, come by and I'll be happy to talk with you about that. But this just kind of tells you what they're looking for today. The higher your ACT score, the more likely you are to get those good scholarships. Okay? Any questions on that? Yes?
I guess I should probably notice. How do I sign up
For
the ACT?
For the ACT? Okay. In my office, and I'll be glad, I should have brought some in, I didn't think about it. I have some folders. You do it online anymore. I'll give you our school code and the site code. You pay with a credit card, and that's all there is to it. They will be, we give them here, as I said, we gave them one last Saturday. I'm here by 7, and I usually tell kids try to get here around 7:30, 7:45. They just come in the front door. They're going to come in. They're going to, if they go to school here, I know them. And so I'm going to mark it down that I know them. I'm going to send them to a classroom. They're going to be in there 4 hours. There is a writing component on the ACT. It's an optional component. If you think your child might go out of state, I would encourage you to take the writing component at least once. If you're 100% positive that your kid will never go out of state, it's not necessary that they take the writing component because they have access to, all the schools in Oklahoma have access to our English 2 and English 3 writing schools. So, but out of state does not, and so if you think, you know what, they really might go to Texas or they really might go to New York or wherever, then they do need to take the writing component at least once. Okay? We will be offering an ACT prep course. We do this every year. We offer Chad Cargill. We do it in September. It's right around the time of the first test, but we do it early so that kids have an opportunity to do it because it's just like anything else. They can sit in the class and get the information, but if they don't go home and practice on it, they're going to be missing out. And this is $30, and I'm going to tell you, in my opinion, it'll be one of the best $30 you will ever spend. He comes in here, and he's real easy to listen to. It starts at 5:30, and it'll go till just about 9 o'clock, and everybody goes, oh, I'll be so tired. He's funny. He's easy to listen to, but a lot of ACT prep courses will go, okay, question 1, the answer is what? Okay, it's B. Why do you think it's B? Yada, yada, yada. And that doesn't seem to do, it's not real effective in my opinion. What he tends to do is say, if the question reads like this, your answer will be this or this. This is the better answer because. And I go, oh yeah, I see that. And a lot of our kids will take this multiple times. In fact, I have some that take it every year, and every year they say, it helped me so much. So next year when we start talking, and right after school starts, I'll come around to their English classes, and we'll be talking about it. We'll send something home. I encourage you to have your child take it. It's well worth $30. I book him a year in advance because he is so booked up that I can't get him again. We've tried to get him in the spring, and I can't get him. Once a year, we're done. And so I've already booked him for next year, and we have it here in the auditorium, so we have plenty of room for all the kids. So I really encourage you to do this. This is the Chad Cargill ACT workshop, and you'll be getting some information on it next year. Any question on any of that? Okay. Go ahead and do that. Another thing that we're going to talk about while she's getting this together, well, let me just go ahead and do it while it's up. This is a fantastic website. This is okcollegestart.org. This has a ton of information for you. You can get ACT prep material. You can get EOI practice stuff through it. Later on, you can get scholarship information. You can take a virtual tour of every school in Oklahoma and many out of states. Everything that's on it is going to be legitimate. Every scholarship that's going to be on it is going to be legitimate. And guys, as your kids get to be juniors and seniors, you're going to get a lot of stuff that's not legitimate. And we'll talk about that as they get further on. But they'll be saying, oh, well, for $50 you can get this scholarship, and that's a bunch of lies. But everything on here is going to be legitimate. Lots and lots of information for you. Check out scholarships, check out colleges, check out everything. It's okcollegestart.org. It's free. It's well worth your time. It's easy to navigate. You can navigate it. Your kids can navigate it. It's great, 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 great. So I encourage you to write it down, use it, just get on it, get to practicing with it, see what all is there. It's amazing. Okay, go ahead. Any questions? All right. The next thing on the agenda is the career tech. This is not the old VOTech you knew when you were a kid. This is so technologically advanced. It's amazing. Next year, they're going to come out and talk to your kids, and your kids going to have an opportunity to go out and tour the career tech. There are 2 campuses. We're affiliated with Canadian Valley at either Red River or in Yukon up on the Checkall Road. Not only do they get the training for various careers, they can earn college credit, legitimate college credit. It is transcripted. It's through Redlands. And you go, well, my child's not going to Redlands. Well, it doesn't matter. It's already transcripted. And then wherever they go, that transcript follows them. So for $8 a credit hour, which is what it costs, if your kid's on free and reduced lunch, it's free. So for approximately $24 a class, your kid can get a lot of college credit. There's not all programs have college credit. Diesel mechanics doesn't have college credit with it. It just doesn't. But all the computer stuff does, the healthy careers does, the child care does, the office management does, lots and lots of college credit. So they're getting a way of saying, working their way through college, so they're not having to say, you want fries with that. And they're getting college credit at the same time. This is just going to make it, they're so employable when they get out of this. We have a young man right now who is a senior, who's going out there for 2 years. They can go out as juniors and seniors. He is going to finish Bethany High School with almost 40 college hours. Now, he's taken some concurrent classes along with this, but he's in the computer programming and networking, and he is going to get out with so much college credit. I mean, almost a year and a half worth of college totally behind it. It cost him $8 an hour. $8 a college hour. So, you know, it is so, so worth it. And when we talk to the kids, I'm going to encourage them to take advantage of this because, you know, they're going to be in 7 classes here. If they're just taking some things to fill in space, they might as well be doing something where they can be earning college credit, they can be getting some training for a job to help them through college or even past that. And it's amazing what they do. Amazing what they do. So our career tech is just a wonderful opportunity for kids. It gives them so much stuff, gives them so much college credit, gives them just tons and tons and tons of information. You're going to be more than welcome to go out there and tour it yourself, talk to the professors, see what's going on out there. In fact, when we go, if you want to go with us, you're more than welcome to go. We will be taking the sophomores, usually in about November is when we go out there. But feel free to come with us if you'd like. You can't ride the bus. You'd have to meet us out there, but you're welcome to come. Any questions on career tech? Yes?
Is this that you were just talking about, the career tech, is that taken as an elective then?
Yes, it'll take 3 of their electives. And they'll have 3 here at school and 3 at the career tech for 6 hours. They don't get credit for drive time, but they get credit.
So they'll only be here for half a day?
They're only here half a day and out there half a day. We have some kids right now who are in biomed and some in pre-engineering. We have had kids who've gone to OU in pre-engineering who've come back and said, oh my gosh, I am so glad I took this out at the career tech. For one thing, they got a ton of college credit. They took a bunch of AP classes. They said, I understand what you're talking about in engineering, and they're moving so fast, and they're taking it out there and getting a ton of stuff. We have kids in biomed who are going into med school or going into taking pre-med at OU or OSU, and they all feel that it's been very beneficial. While they're out there, they're taking AP stats, AP calculus, AP chemistry, AP bio. So it's the same AP class that we've been talking about, but they're taking it out there. They're getting that college credit, plus they're getting college credit for having been out there.
Is it always in the afternoon?
No, we send a group out in the morning. We go back and get them, and they're back here by lunch, and we send a group out after third hour, and they get back about 4 o'clock.
Where's it located?
There's 2 campuses, depending on what they take. One is out almost to El Reno, not quite into El Reno. It's past the Juvenile Detention Center, just past that. And then the other one is on Check Hall. It's not on the same campus, but that's just how it's The other one is on Check Hall Road. The one on Check Hall Road, that's the one where they have the pre-engineering, they have the biomed, all that stuff. They walked in on biomed the first day, and they had this dummy laid there on the floor with blood all over it, and caution, yellow tape all around it, and they have to go in prepared to be able to start solving this crime, and then they work on that for several weeks. But what happened, and what did she die of, and that kind of stuff. And I've got a lot of kids right now who are in that, who are going into medicine, and not one of them have said, oh man, that's been a waste of my time. And even those who've gone on to OU or OSU, they've come back and they go, I'm so glad I took that. It's free to take the class, and then if you get the college credit, it's $8 a credit hour. If you take the AP test, it's $87, just like it is for any of the other AP tests. But they do an amazing job.
It's not like VOTEC back when we were in school. It is career tech. It's really something else. The pre-engineering is taught by engineers.
Yes.
The health career things are taught by nurses, doctors that really have real life experience. It's really incredible. The computer programming, there was a student who graduated. You take all of your certification tests free if you're a student there. Whereas otherwise, as an adult, you have to pay $250 per test. There was a senior who graduated from Francis Tuttle, same program, in Cisco programming, and as an 18-year-old kid moved to California and started earning $85,000 a year because of the programming skills that he'd gotten. So it's not just go build a house or build a wall.
We fall in the habit of still calling it VOTEC, just because you get something in your mind and that's how it is. But it's not. It's not the VOTEC that you knew as a child, or your grandparents knew as a child, or whatever. It is it's career tech, and that's really what it is. It's a phenomenal program. Any question on that?
Is this something you would likely take if you're on the AP college track?
You certainly can. You may have to make some choices. For example, because you're out there, let's say you're doing the biomed, so they're taking the AP calculus, they're taking the AP statistics, they're taking the AP chemistry, they're taking AP biology. They may not get to have Miss Tackett for their AP calculus because they're taking it out there. And we're going to only offer calculus here one time, and it may not be during that time. If they want to do choir, if they want to do band, if they want to do sports, we can work that out with them.
To some extent.
To some extent.
I'll just say, with career tech, you all, there are so many things that go on in this high school that people don't know about. And that's part of the reason why we're doing this tonight. But I would just say, the best you can, put the career tech on hold, because it ain't going to apply to you next year.
No.
It's just out there ready for you. We'll introduce it to your kids. You're more than welcome to go visit yourself. You'll be incredibly impressed. But don't get wound up with that quite yet.
But do remember, we'll be wanting to take them out there next year, and that's what we wanted to talk about tonight.